Anyway, enough about me. Let's talk about white people, right?
I've heard of them.
Welcome, welcome to Dirt with a Week. Can we get a theme
Yeah.
tune, please? Adam.
Coming up.
I literally only heard the last note there. Can you play that again?
Oh, sorry.
What? Dude, it happened again. Turn your iPad off.
It is that's bizarre. Let me try again.
All right, we got two notes that time. I think that's where we'll leave it. I think.
That's enough.
Right. Welcome to Dirt with a Week.
We should just record a file, man. Just like that you can slap on the front.
Yeah, I'll just play it. Yeah, I'll do that. Anyway, I've only got two candidates this week, so I'm hoping you guys might have brought some extra.
Okay.
If not, it's going to be a coin flip. 10 requests for white people.
10 requests for white people. Oh my god.
This.
You saw this
I've
one.
heard of that.
You guys know this one. Right.
Ridiculous.
Let's just run through them and see how
I
hilarious
didn't actually
these are.
read the article, to be fair, so I've not heard all of these requests
You'll enjoy these.
that we knew for me.
Right. So it's from a Black Lives Matter leader.
Oh my god.
Number 1. White people.
That's it.
Yeah. White people. There you go. No. Number 1, white people. If you don't have any descendants, will your property, as in write it in your will, to a black or brown family, preferably one that lives in generational poverty. Number 2, white people. If you are an inheriting property you intend to sell upon acceptance, give it to a black or brown family. You're bound to make that money in some other white privileged way.
Bound to.
Yeah, it's practically a given truth of the universe. Number 3.
I know.
If you're a developer or realty owner of multifamily housing, build a sustainable complex in a black or brown blighted neighborhood and let black and brown people live there for free. That's insane.
Why?
That's like £1 million investment.
More than that.
A few million. To then give it away for free.
I
That's
think they're all insane, Jake.
Well, yes, but that one is particularly ridiculous. Number 4, white people. If you can afford to downsize, give up the home you own to a black or brown family. Preferably a family from generational poverty. Number 5, white people. If any of the people you intend to leave your property to are racist assholes, I probably shouldn't have said that, actually. Change the will. And will your property to a black or brown family. Preferably a family from generational poverty. Number 6, white people. Rebudget your monthly so you can donate to black funds or land purchasing. 7, white people, especially white women, because this is your speciality. Nosy Jenny and meddling Kathy. I guess that's got to be something personal, I don't know. Anyway. White people, especially white women, get a racist fired. You know what they're saying. You are complicit when you ignore them. Get your boss fired because they're racist too.
That's so stupid.
Was this serious?
This is serious.
Yeah.
Number 8. To back up number 7. This should be easy, but all those Klan, Nazis, and other little bleep white men will all be returning to work. Get them fired. Call the police even. They look suspicious. What? So this is just call the police on white people. Right. I didn't read that one the first time through. That's mental. Number 9. Okay, to back up number 8. If any white person at your work or as you enter in spaces and you overhear a white person praising the actions from yesterday, first get a picture, get their name and more info, find out where they work and get them fired. But certainly address them, and if you need to, you've got hands, use them.
Oh, okay, punch him.
Uh-huh. 10. Commit to 2 things. Fighting white supremacy where and how you can. This doesn't mean taking up knitting unless you're making scarves for black and brown kids in need. And fund black and brown people and their work. And that's...
There's 2 things that are heavily assumed in this,
Mm.
I think. The first, it seems to be heavily assumed that black people in America have it the worst in the globe.
Mm. Yeah.
I like, as though it's like, I mean, obviously, I think there are inequalities, but not, there's bigger things to worry about, I think, and it seems to be assumed that there's not bigger things to worry about. And then the second thing that I think is heavily assumed in that is that there aren't rich black people in America that could be doing that themselves.
It seems to be assumed there aren't rich black people and there are no poor white people.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's another massive assumption in this, right, which I think is so self-destructive for, like, the black community. Like, in most of these, it's about white people giving things to black people, assuming that black people are incapable of getting those things themselves. This whole thing is like...
It's charity, but
yeah,
it doesn't need to be.
It's as if black people require charity to survive. Like, they're just incapable of anything. Which I think is horrendously offensive.
Yeah.
Actually. Like, surely, this is the last thing you would want to write if you want to empower black people to, like, to do better.
Well, it's the bigotry of low expectations, isn't it?
Right.
But, like, gosh, that's insane. That's so stupid. Like, and I think you're right, because hypothetically, if it was a problem, then this would just make it worse, wouldn't it? I mean, think about that. A white family earning, I don't know, 400k, 401k a year, right? A white family earning 401k a year, then goes, you know what, we don't need this mansion, we'll just give it to a poor black family. Do you honestly think a poor black family, hypothetically, is going to be able to afford the keep-up of that mansion in the first place? And then it would be, you know what I mean? It's just so stupid. That was the first one that made me go, well, that's just absolutely insane. Oh, it wasn't the first one, sorry. That was one of the ones that made me go, well, this is just insane. And the other one was get racists fired at your work. I can tell you for sure, absolutely for sure, if somebody was openly racist at my work, they would get fired. No matter who they were, they would get fired. And like, and what if you don't have any racists? Like, if they're saying that a prerequisite of this is that you get a racist fired. If you don't have any racists, what do you do? Desperately
because they're everywhere, isn't it?
I know, it's so stupid. Oh, man. That is a derp.
It's a big old derp. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go ahead and put the podcast on hold for a minute, because the second derp, I've linked a video.
It's such a derp.
Yeah, such a derp. I'm going to need a nap before I even talk about it. No, the second derp was a video, and all I've done is put the link to the video, and I can't remember what the derp is.
Oh my gosh. It's such a derp. It's instantly forgettable.
Yeah. I mean, that's a derp on my part, so perhaps I'll be up for derp of the week as well. But, yeah. We'll be right back. And we're back. Right. Here we are. I've got the derp, fellas.
Okay.
Here it is. Dan Harmon. Are you familiar with Dan Harmon?
Oh, yeah.
Well-known comedy writer.
Oh, yeah.
Co-creator of Rick and Morty. Exactly.
Yeah.
He made a claim.
Hey, Rick.
I think I heard about this, yeah.
You just did a Rick impression while you were talking to Rick.
Oh, yeah.
While he was on stage, he made the incredible claim that 29% of the population of the US are Nazis.
Oh, it's true, isn't it?
It's true, like, yeah. So 63... a little bit of research shows that 63% of Americans are white. Now, you'd imagine that Nazis would only be white people. Right. So, 63% of the population of America is. Let me just check here. Is 146,223,000. Okay.
Yeah.
This is how many people that Dan Harmon thinks are Nazis. Let me just one sec. I'll get it. Dan Harmon thinks. I think I've done it wrong. Oh crap! Hang on, 1 second. I got this.
Hours later.
Yeah, here it is.
Alright.
Dan Harmon thinks there are 67,309,000 Nazis in the US. And
So stupid.
that is mental. And now, considering that only 0.003% of the population of the US is a member of the KKK.
Well,
This is what happens when famous people think that because they're famous, they've got a worthwhile opinion.
gosh. Can you believe that?
So there's like 5,000 to 8,000 members in the KKK. But Dan Harmon thinks there's like 60 odd million racists.
I mean,
That's-
if that is true, we're in a bigger trouble than we thought, aren't we? Let's face it, lads.
Yeah. Maybe she's onto something, you know?
No, I feel like we would know if that was true.
I mean,
It's if you believed everything the media said, I think you could believe that was true.
what? The 29% of people
Yeah.
were Nazis.
I mean, and actually, if that's true, how did Obama get elected?
Yeah.
I mean, we're saying this like Nazis have a problem with black people. I don't remember any Nazi thing to do with black people, but gosh, that's just insane, isn't it? I don't think Ben Shapiro would be nearly as popular with right-wing people if that was true.
No, yeah, that's true. I didn't think of that actually.
Was it 67 million? You said
67 million.
I just
My
don't think
God.
that's an accurate statistic, to be honest.
almost like he pulled it out of his bum.
Yeah.
67 million. Like, so basically, there are more Nazis now than have ever existed.
Yeah.
Even during
Yeah.
Hitler's rise to Germany, that was nothing.
Sounds about right.
This is the 1,000-year Reich he was waiting for.
Just to take some estimations. I mean, 67 million.
About the average population of the UK, innit? Around that.
Is it? Oh yeah. It'll probably be around there. The there's about 8,000 members in the KKK. That's at the most. And there's 67 million racists. I can't help but think that like
Doesn't correlate.
they're slacking a little bit, aren't they? If they can't even be bothered to sign themselves up as members.
That just
I think
doesn't-
the issue is probably with how you define yourself as a Nazi. I mean, it's probably just because that many people voted Trump or something like that you said that.
it was more than that, wasn't it?
More than 29%, wasn't it? Must
But
have
he's
been.
like, but there must be at least 1% of Trump supporters aren't Nazis. I mean, Nazis aren't a casual thing. They're a pretty dedicated set of ideologies and beliefs.
Mm.
To have 67 people,
Pretty strong-willed bunch.
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't you have to? I mean, Christianity and Islam. Islam. Oh my gosh, Christianity and Nazi doesn't overlap, right?
You just interchanged Nazism with Islam.
I
That's
mean,
fantastic.
I see the similarities in some ways. I'm being.
What the technological advancements?
Well, maybe the Nazis were better at making weapons. I'll tell you that.
They managed to get past the pike.
Their
Yeah.
their aeronautical technology was pretty sick as well.
Let's not start appreciating the Nazis, gang. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can really attribute that to Nazis and Nazis alone. I think that's just Germans.
Yeah, the Nazi ideology. Yeah. I mean, this pretty much
As
comes
much
down
as
to the
James
nuts.
would probably argue against that. Anyway, so before we delve off into another bloody discussion, as we always do in the middle of Derp of the Week, does anybody else have any other derps they would like to throw in to the ring?
I'm cool as a cucumber, me.
Potential derps that we have to hear. I can't think of anybody who really stood out. You know what I mean? This week that made me go, "What a sausage!" There was one quote by Hillary Clinton, but it's not really derp worthy. But she said she's trying to do promotion for a new book, and she said that debating Donald Trump made her skin crawl. And I was like, "Oh, you're so edgy! Oh, he made your skin crawl! Wow!" And you cool. So there was that.
I was trying hard to think of a good little quip about crawling there, but I couldn't think of anything.
I mean,
Pathetic.
yeah.
Alright,
I mean, yeah.
so here are your options.
I'm
leave it
ready to
yous. Is it 10 requests for white people? Or... I think I know what the answer's going to be. Or Dan Harmon claiming that 67 million people in the US are Nazis.
I think the Nazi thing is more of a derp, to be honest, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we always have this. This is how it always goes with Derp of the Week. We have one that is just a stupid thing that somebody did, and then we have one that is like a sinister thing that somebody did. Do you know what I mean?
Well, there
With
was always
elements
the
of stupid-
Archbishop thing, wasn't there?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Oh, I didn't think of that actually. That's a bit of a derp.
I'm gonna vote for him.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
good
go
with
guess
This
so.
is sausage.
Alright, well, he's the
Bit of a
preordained
pedo
winner.
derp.
A
Yeah.
P-derp.
Predestined winner, did you say?
Predetermined victor for the derp. But I think we should do a little overview of what he was.
What a dark horse.
So, Australia's most powerful clergy Archbishop of Melbourne, Dennis Hart, said that he is prepared to be jailed for failing to report child sex abuse by paedophile priests. Hart insisted that sexual abuse was a spiritual encounter with God through the priest and was of a higher order than criminal law. As the law currently stands, clergy are not legally obliged to report crimes to the police, and disciplinary proceedings for criminal activity by members of the Catholic Church are handled internally by canon law, which operates independently of the regular legal procedure. So congratulations, Dennis Hart. You are the sickest derp of the week.
You know what though? I've got a conspiracy theory, gang, about him. Right.
Okay.
Bear with me. So, is his name Dennis Hart?
Dennis Hart, yes.
Okay, I don't know why I asked that because it's not relevant. But whenever you think about Catholic Church, right, and whenever you hear about these rape cases and stuff, do you know what's bizarre? The person will always say something like, he said it would bring me closer to God. And they always do stuff like they always do like the Hail Mary cross and stuff while they're raping these kids. And don't you think maybe there is some kind of a belief, like sub-belief in the church, where they seriously believe that this is in some way bringing them closer to God? Thoughts?
I mean, it's possible, I suppose.
It's possible.
I mean, this guy said, he put a genuine claim forward that sexual abuse was a spiritual encounter with God through the priest.
But he said it in a public thing. That's what makes me go, what?
Yeah. It is mental, like it. He needs to just go straight to jail.
Yeah, for sure.
Do not pass go.
Twice.
Sicko.
Okay. Well, I think he needs to be in a mental institution, to be honest.
Alright. Adam, do you want to give him the official congratulations? Because you're normally the one to do it, like.
Congratulations. Is it Dennis Hart?
That's yes.
Okay. Congratulations, Dennis Hart. You've won Derp of the Week. And I want you to know, personally, you have every congratulations we could possibly give you. You truly have derped. Truly have... Well, found him. You truly have derped. And we'll be sending you a tweet.
Yeah.
And I just want to know that you can gather your thoughts, gather your things, because you'll have lost everything in the morning.